What's going on, Voodies? It's your boy, Johnny B. And right away, I want to thank you for supporting the Voodoo Chef podcast. I mean, your support means the world. And you know, Voodoo Chef is my guy. And the podcast is pretty entertaining, even when it's not. So make sure 8 o'clock every Tuesday, you're watching this live stream and remind yourself to do so. How do you do that? Like middle-aged messes like me? You remind with a tube or a phone. I like the tube myself. Alexa, remind me to watch the Voodoo Chef podcast live streaming every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. There she is. She's reminding me. And now she will every Tuesday. So make sure you do that. Subscribe wherever you like to listen to podcasts and keep showing support. We appreciate it, Voodies.
Voodoo Chef with his magic knife cuts through the air like a ghost in the night. Butter sizzles so on fire, bacon crackles hot desire. Caffeine kicks me awake, I'm alive. Cause fuel the madness, gotta survive. Bourbon's what keeps the demons at bay. Voodoo Chef spell we obey. Butter, bacon, caffeine, cough, bourbon. He's got the cure for whatever's hurting. Butter, bacon, caffeine, cough, bourbon. Life's a feast in the chaos for certain.
What is going on, Voodies? Hey, last minute, we're supposed to do it. What are these? Need them to see. We're supposed to be doing a best of tonight, but you know, so many things happened between the time we were supposed to upload that till 8 o'clock right now. So I decided, to log in just to share lots of information with you guys. We got a lot going on. Before we get started, let's jump over. We got, Conservative Chef, if I can read that right. We got Black Pepper. We got Chef Jojo. We got Exo Fabo. And Chad Zalia all over on the Instagram. Chad, what's going on, my brother, man? We haven't chatted in some time. Tell us where we can find you, where the band's playing. More importantly, when we can expect to have you back on this podcast right here. Of course, Chad Zaliga, drummer extraordinaire. Make sure you find him, Google him, hit those pages, throw him the hearts and the likes. He is a rock star, figuratively and literally. If you're over on the gram right now, make sure you're hitting that like button, the follow button, whatever it is over there. Most importantly, share it out. Let everybody know where you're hanging tonight. If you're with us here on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you do the same thing. Share this out. Let everybody know where you're hanging tonight. If you're on the YouTube channels, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the follows, whatever it is you need to do to make certain that you know where we're going to be and you know every time that we come live. Let's see what Chad's got to say. We're playing all over. I need to order more of those rubs for Father's Day. Log on to VooDooChef.com right now. I believe there's a coupon code USA, buy 5, get 1 free. And of course, by buying 5, you'll hit the thresholds. Everything will ship with no shipping costs. So you can update your stock right now. There's an IMO coupon code out there. I don't know what the hell it's good for. But somebody came through and I got a call and they said, what's the IMO code good for? I said, I don't know. Just fulfill the order and get it sent out. And that's what they did. Maybe buy one, get one 50% off. I don't know. Try it. IMO, in my opinion. You can find it at the end of every one of our IMO videos. Chad Zaliga, where are you guys at next, man? I'd like to know that. On our homepages, we got Man, we got Mark Butlin checking in. Mark's probably looking at me going, dude, what is that hat you got on? It's my Tito's hat, bro. We got my Blue Note guitar right there. Check that out. Check out my newest guitar. It almost looks fake, but you know what? We can, if I can move my big head, make sure you can see. That's not fake. That's the new Blue Note neon that was sent to me from Blue Note, just to help let everybody know what my bourbon of choice is these days. Let's see. Chad's checking in. He's in Atlantic City and then Dewey Beach. So make sure you check them out. Chad, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Turning the Tide. Make sure you check them out. We got Seize the Moment Foundation. Ronnie's on YouTube and on Instagram. She just wants to make sure we give her a big shout out. I was coming to you, Ronnie. We're not going to forget you. You're probably one of the reasons that we're on here tonight. So a lot's going on. This year's flying. It's already June. We're already getting ready to start announcing all these big events. We kind of took a little down cycle since April and took some much needed time off. Getting that back healthy again, getting ready to start really pushing, and it all starts sooner than you think. I had some wonderful. No, I didn't get to see Kevin, and I wish I had. Of course, Kevin Hicklin, just an amazing guitar player. I met Chad and Kevin on the same day, and let me tell you, they are two fools. But they're two fools I wouldn't mind hanging out with anytime. But ADD gets the best of me. We're back. JoJo's coming in. We got JoJo checking us out. JoJo, I'm glad you're getting better every day. That's what has to happen. Let's get back to why we came live tonight. Again, tonight's supposed to be a best of, but we've got a lot of people kind of calling and texting, asking questions, and they're like, what is going on? We're hearing some scuttlebutt. I think Ronnie was one of the first ones. Hey, is something going on? And it's funny. We don't say anything, and yet word just kind of starts to spread and chatter starts to happen. What's going on, Billy Floyd? It's nice to have you checking in tonight. Came across Chad, man. I'll definitely hit you up. We got to get you back on this cast where we can hang and chill. And maybe you check out our new podcast, VooDoo Chef Live, and see if you'd like to participate in that with me. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Haggerty checking in. I was hoping I'd get to see him on Friday the 13th, but he is going to be overseas partying like a rock star because that's what he is. My ADD is just horrible, is it not? Lots of people checking in. Seagull checking in. That's too much. Robert, man, you're a rock star. That's what's happening. All right, let's jump on to Billy Floyd here real quick because I want to share something. I don't know how these came through my feed just recently, but I was checking out some photos here, and I came across, maybe I didn't. Maybe they didn't make it to my computer. Here we go. So I was checking out some photos here, and somehow, some way, some shape, some form, all these populated into my computer. We're going to start with this one here. This is me and Billy hanging out playing on his podcast. And like I said, these populated just this week on my computer, but this is from, some time ago. Here's the Kitchen Killers barbecue sauce we collabed with him on. More pictures of us playing. Here's me and all the fellas hanging out in the kitchen. We're actually getting ready to haul ass. because it's a long drive. But this is from when we took over. Look at that yummy goodness right there. If you missed this at the Epicurean, you missed it. But don't fret, because we'll be back at the Epicurean on Friday the 13th of June. You're going to need to get your tickets quick, because they are going to close out on those and just shut it down. So log on to voodoochef.live.com and you could check out your ticket and grab it there. Again, I love jamming, playing guitar with Billy, and I don't know why these are populating in my photos for last week, but they sure as hell are. Here's where Billy came and joined us on the Gasparilla float and played with us, and of course, let me play with him. And there we are, a big shot of the float. This one's pretty funny. If you look at my expression right here, that's called absolute pain. Because that's what I was in at that time. But we're getting better. Look at this. As I go to the stop share screen, Knick Knack Paddywhack is in the background. What's up, buddy? We'll let you in even with that shirt on.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, wasn't planning on jumping on here tonight.
Yeah, I had no plans on coming in until about 10 minutes before. Just decided, had some things we had to get on here and chat about.
I just saw the text, and not even sitting on my normal computer here, sitting in a different part of the house.
In the Eric's Eyes Only folder. Is there an Eric's Eyes Only folder on there, Max? Where's that? I think you're full of smack, Holmes. And now you got me looking for it, dude. I believed you, and there isn't. Man, lots of things going on. A lot of people jumping in. Conservative Chef looks good. Thanks, man. Max Sherrard's too funny. Of course, Notch Caterers. Make sure you check him out. Just learn to ignore me, dude. Do you think I would have figured that out after fucking 20 plus years? We were telling great Max Sherrard stories. Love to get you on here as well, Max. And, maybe go back to old school and talk about way back when. So many great stories, including the shopping cart at the parking garage. Always, we could talk about the garden incident. But we don't have to. It would just be fun if we did. Right. Of course, Max Sherrard. Make sure you check him out. Caterer to the Stars. He just did an amazing graduation party. And, man, that's about all I could share with you. He'll have to tell you the rest. Just great looking food. Always amazing product, amazing food. And you should check him out. And all right, I digress big time, because people pop in here and I start talking. Maybe if we talk about what's going on, maybe we can get some people to commit right now. And of course, ADD setting in. Silver and Smoke just checked in on Instagram. Our good pal Carl Miller. Carl, just between me and you, my thoughts and prayers are with you, man. Nothing but love. I could not imagine. But know that we're thinking of you this time of year. And here we go. We're just gonna stop talking to everybody, and I'm gonna talk about why we came on. So about 10 minutes ago, I'm sitting here, I'm working, I'm knocking out things, thinking about what episode we're gonna drop, and I got a text, and then I got a phone call, and then I got everything. People just coming at me. A week and a half ago, I got a text from Ronnie. Hey, is something going on? 4 weeks ago, I'm talking with Kendra, and Kendra's asking me all these questions. And the reality is, back then it was all rumor, it was all happenstance, but things started to happen real fast today. And I'm surprised. I don't know how the hell people know it. Maybe they just get these gut feelings. Maybe it's just intuition. But like I said, things started moving real fast today on a couple of things that go on with VooDoo Chef. And led me to about 10 minutes ago, right before we started, just go, fuck it. We're going to go live. We're going to talk about it. I text Mitch and Pat, and I said, hey, if you want to come on, I put it up. We're going on. And the funny thing is, I text Mitch because as I was rushing through getting this up, his picture's on the fucking little thumbnail that I'm like, oh shit, we got to put a thumbnail up. So there it goes. Mitch is on there. We don't know if Mitch is coming in tonight. He's got a lot going on. He's getting ready to go to Europe. But like I said, things started flying real fast today. And for the record, as much as I love VooDoo Bash and as much as I love Signature Chef, it's hot as fuck in August. It is hot as fuck in August, and there is no other way to put that. My man Benny will tell you how hot it is in August. I met Benny doing a barbecue competition, and let me tell you, I don't know that I'll ever go to another one because it's hot and muggy. But we've put on VooDoo Bash now for quite some time. And the way it came about was it just kind of morphed and changed and grew and got to where it is. But at the end of the day, it's hot as fuck in August. And to sit there and watch my man Tim Keelick pound down more Natty Lights or whatever he drinks than anybody humanly should and still be able to pound more because it's so hot. Our buddy Flavor, he's from the Keys, and Billy saying that's why I moved his season premiere to October. I always wanted to do the burger event in May. May is National Burger Month, and it makes more sense to do it in May. So as we were talking, that became one of the conversation pieces. And then we started talking about Signature Chef. Signature Chef is a great event. 5 chefs. Max was at one of the events, made an amazing grilled octopus with Romanesco. Just a beautiful event. And the problem with it is we sell out so fast and we only have 50 seats. So we started talking and trying to figure out what can we do to make things open and available to more people, more than 50 guests. The burger event, VooDoo Underground, VooDoo Showdown, VooDoo Bash. We do a lot of people at that event. We do a lot of people. We do a lot of good, and we don't want to take that away. But we needed to figure out how to get bigger, how to get badder, and how to get better. So our conversations just started spinning, and I kind of went old school. I kind of reached out to 2 guys who were with me since day one. And we just started having some casual conversations. What do we think? How are we doing? Those guys, Tim Keelick and Chef Shane Shively. They've been in support of the foundation since day one. They've been sponsors since day one. And so we just started having a conversation. And we went back to our very first version of the bash. The very first version of the bash was food-driven and student-driven. And that's what we're about at the end of the day. We're a foundation that is about raising money to send kids to school. And so, hey, Kendra, how are you? So we started trying to think, why did we morph? How did we get where we are? And we just were, I don't know, hanging out, talking, chatting. And we just kept saying how much we loved those first events, how much we enjoyed the variety of food, how much we loved the fact that we had students working with chefs, how much we enjoyed interacting with the people and hanging out, not inside, outside, hot, sweaty. And so it was a real easy question. Why can't we go back to that? Why can't we just flip the switch and go back in time and say, here we are. We got Don Hill checking in from Pasco. Jojo, I can't look at my phone right now. And Carl's like, it's damn hot out there, and it is. So, we were full force ahead with VooDoo Bash and Sig Chef. We were all in. And then I got an invoice. I got a quote from a venue. And I got pissed. And then it's like, why can't we go back? Why can't we do what we always do? Why can't it be what we wanted and what it was shaping up to be and being amazing? And so the answer was simple. It can be. It can be whatever the fuck we want it to be, as long as people will come. But if you build it, they will come. And so now the ideas start flying. Well, we got to do, for the original event, it was all about center of the plate. It was all about the food being the star of the show. Tim Keelik's fucking scallops were off the chart. Off the chart. The duck raviolis, insane. You got your first look at Millionaire Bacon at our very first event. The food was insane. And that's what we got to go back to. Then you go to the second year. The food just elevated even more. We had to go to a new venue because we had so many people come. Why not go back? Why not do it all over? And so through some conversations, through some thoughts, through some research, through a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of people putting out feelers, a lot of conversations taking place. Our brand new event, A Taste to Remember, was born. And it's taking us back to those original roots of what, if you've been around that long, you know as VIP Bash, where everybody was a VIP. And that's what this is going to be. Everyone's a VIP. There's no separation for anybody. If you're in, you're all in. We're going to have those center of the plate tastings again. We invited 20 chefs tonight. Tonight, I sent out 20 invitations. If you didn't get one tonight, it doesn't mean you're not getting one. It means I ran out of time. We invited 20 chefs to come out. We're going to invite 20 more tomorrow. Who's going to show up? Man, hopefully they all show up and hopefully they all show out. I'm waiting for Max to fucking jump back in this room and say, I'm in. I don't want to know you received it. I want to know you're going to be there. I know. Look at all these. 8-1, Poppy. 8-1. It is August 1st. You guys can lock your calendars. And Max, I know you're going to wait till day of. I know you're going to wait till you get closer. That's nature of the business. And I understand that, and I got nothing but love. We can talk more about it tomorrow morning when I see you. Anna's always a VIP, and that you are, my friend. Nothing but love. It was great seeing you the other day. But when we talk about this VIP bash, everybody is a VIP. So when you purchase your ticket, you're in for a treat. We're this close to signing with the venue, and I don't have a problem telling. That's right. That's the day that teachers go back to work. What better way to celebrate having that first Friday back? My man in the house.
Exactly.
Look at that rock star right there. That's what life's about right there.
Yeah, just coming in and say goodnight really quick.
That's EFA. Good night, EFA.
Say goodnight. Exactly.
All right. So that is the day all teachers return back to work. But what better thing than return back to work and then come out and celebrate at a cocktail party? I know everybody thinks VooDoo Bash. Erase it from your head. This is not a blowout. This is not a blowout. This is a game changer. This is the next level. This is everything that VIP was supposed to be, all the way up to what we all aspire to be. Imagine going to that rock and roll after party that you always wanted to go to, and then getting there and realizing, wait a minute, it's not a big blowout. It's calm, reserved, but it's still a fucking party. It's time to take it to the next level. And that's what we're doing. We're going to take the best of both worlds. We're going to bring that center of the plate. We've got probably my favorite. Everybody knows I love DJ King Glenn. He's my boy. But we've got my favorite DJ coming to the event. DJ Don Pablo is confirmed to be at this event and just spin all night long. And if you've never heard DJ Don Pablo, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. Spidey, what's up, buddy? Spidey checking in. Spidey was going to log in with us tonight, but he's mad busy killing those hats. If you need some custom-made hats, shirts, or, your Galley Sense candles, the 5 food groups, make sure you log on to Kraken Stitch and show him some love. But when we talk about this event, we are talking those center of the plates. You're going to have Tampa's top chefs in that building putting out some amazing one bites. You're going to walk in. You're not going to walk to a cash bar. You're going to walk into an open bar. And you are going to have all of your favorites there. All of our favorites. You better damn sure believe Blue Note Bourbon is going to be there. Murmur Rum is going to be there. Tito's is going to be there. And just keep your eyes open. Mark, I'm telling you right now, Co-Aqua Water better be there. Just saying. Just saying. We'll have Co-Aqua, and we will have Vans Tour Water there. All of our favorites are going to be there. And Mitch has it right. Let's party. That's what it's about. Let's party. We're going to have the same silent auction we always have. We're going to have some... No, Max. No Rumplements, buddy. No. It's my party, not Hollywood's. So when we talk about this event, all this is fine and dandy. But when you think about some of the venues we've been at in the past, you might be saying to yourself, dude, seriously? Seriously? Yeah, seriously. This is going over the top. I want you to imagine looking out a row of glass windows, seeing that Hillsborough River and that beautiful downtown Tampa skyline, because we're taking over Tampa's River Center for this event. This event is going to be at Tampa River Center on August 1 from 6 to 10 p.m. The attire is Rockstar Elegant, so make sure you're ready for a cocktail party like none other. A cocktail party like only we can throw. Co-Aqua is coconut water that is off the chart. Call our friend Mark and have him drop you off some samples, or go to Sprouts and pick it up at Sprouts. It is, I don't like coconut. I don't like water other than Vans Tour water. But I will chug this Co-Aqua coconut water like nobody's business. It's that good. So, guys, if you got chef buddies out there and you want them to be on our list, email me at VooDooChefFoundation@outlook.com. VooDooChefFoundation@outlook.com. Email me direct and say, hey, check out this person, check out that person. If you would like to sign up to be a volunteer at this event, we're only taking 10 volunteers. You will have to request to be part of the VooDoo Chef volunteer Facebook group. It's called VooDoo Volunteers. If you search VooDoo Volunteers on Facebook, you can request to be part of that group. That's where we put out all of our information for our volunteers. Again, we're looking for a team of 10 to help us run this event. And we're going to be meeting and working this to get this event exactly where it needs to be. We need to do some serious, amazing things in order to keep this foundation moving and living the mission that we want to live. Continuing to say we're committed to $100,000 in culinary scholarship. River Center, Rock Stars, and Rumplements. Max, I will tell you what, If you commit, I will have a bottle of Rumple Mints just for you. And I'll tell you what, I haven't had Rumple Mints since I was probably 17 years old. The first shot of the night will be me and you, Rumple Mints. And if I keep going on the track I'm going now, that'll fuck me up because I haven't had a drink since April. So that's going to be fun. Mitch, you're correct. This is the same place where we judge Pig Jake. And its only difference is we're going to be inside. Full AC on blast. AC on blast. Something else we're looking at doing, if you know anybody that would like to buy a corporate table, we're going to quote the corporate tables at 8. I'm not certain if they're rounds of 8 or rounds of 10. Corporate table is not going to cost you any more than a regular ticket. No more. You're just buying them all at once. So if you want a corporate table, you're going to buy all 8 tickets at one time and secure that table. At that table, you will have your seats. You'll have a place to call your own. You'll have a VIP entrance, so you don't have to wait online. And at every corporate table, there will be a bottle of VooDoo Chef Barrel Select Blue Note Bourbon, so you guys don't have to wait online at the bar. You can have that bottle at your table and be ready to rock and roll because that's what it's about. It's going to be a great, great night. Lots of people checking in on the gram. Lots of people still checking in on the page here. A Taste to Remember is going to be off the chart, and we're going to be able to help a lot of people. So if it's something you want to be part of, want to volunteer at, VooDoo Volunteers on Facebook, request to be part of that group. If it's something you want to cook at and you have not received your invitation, you can, I mean, most of you have my direct cell phone. Text me privately. Say you want to be there. Let me know. You're probably going to get an invitation over the next couple days if you haven't already anyway. But if you feel we missed you, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. And we're ready to kick ass and take names. We're ready to kick ass and take names. So be ready. Get ready. When we come back, we're going to talk about one of our newest exciting things going on. And I think we're going to chill and enjoy it together. So give me a couple seconds. We'll be right back.
In my opinion, Tampa Bay better listen up. VooDoo Chef is here. He's about to disrupt. He'll taste it all. Give his honest critique. No sugar-coated words. He's the one they seek.
What's going on, Voodies? You know, I love macarons. And Shay Sweets, my girl Shay Daniels, makes the absolute best. I want you to check out this drop-off today. Red, white, and blue. Not only all-American, but oh my God, this one is called Nostalgia. That is a bomb pop. An old school bomb pop right off the ice cream truck. You've got the colors, you've got the flavors. You've got red, white, and blue. You've got lime, you've got cherry, and you've got blue raspberry. In my opinion, these are the best. Oh my God, that's nostalgia. Get you some Shay Sweets.
In my opinion,
We're back, and I'm texting Ed Carmack. Ed and I were talking about, we're lucky we get Metallica for 2 nights this weekend. And, places like Atlanta only got them for 1 night. And I'm looking at the crowd that was at the Atlanta show. Nobody was fucking there. That's why they only got 1 goddamn night. You'll be where, Kendra? You'll be at Metallica, or you'll be at whatever the hell this thing we're talking about is.
Just by the time, I'm going to say the event, not the concert.
I don't even know what time it is.
Well, 8:36, and she posted that 3 minutes ago before you mentioned Metallica. So unless she knew what you were going to say,
she did. She's got ESPN. All right, we've been teasing and playing a little trailer for a podcast we've been quietly recording on the back end called Tracks from When Music Didn't Suck. And I have a lot of fun doing it, and we get to talk about some old school music, which we all know old school music is best music because the music y'all listen to now sucks. We played a game today called Name Your Favorite Song, and I was like, what did you say? Who sings that song? And then, of course, I had to quote like one of the few songs. I said my favorite song's Ariana Grande's Next, and everybody starts giggling. I've never even fucking heard that song. But we're going to take a look at tracks from when music didn't suck. We'll break it down. We'll talk about it. We'll have some fun conversation. Who knows? Maybe we won't. Maybe you'll tell me, dude, this shit sucks. But that's okay because I do it, because I love to do it, and I have fun doing it. And I hope you guys check it out and love it too. Welcome to Tracks from When Music Didn't Suck. My name's Erik Youngs. You might know me as the VooDoo Chef, and I'm here with my good pal, Chemo Gray. He and I go all the way back to 1986. Life brought our paths together, and we've been hanging ever since. Chemo, what's going on, friend?
Man, not a whole lot, but we're going to be talking about some good music today. That's for sure, my brother.
We're going to be talking about great music every day, like we always do. And tonight, we're actually going to tackle Stryper's first full-length release, Soldiers Under Command, released back in 1985, when music didn't suck, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's all about. Before we do, though, let's take some questions from the mailbag. We got booties out there who follow the podcast and all that stuff, and they send questions all the time. One of the questions we got recently was about guitars, and I figured how apropos. The question was, what do you look for when you're purchasing a new guitar? Chemo, I'm going to let you take this because you're the master, bro.
Hey, simple. Like I was just saying before in our pre-production meeting. Hey, look, my old Chemo, when I first started, was like, hey, it's got to look cool. I love Jakey Lee. So what did I do? I got a copy Jakey Lee guitar, a Rio Pro 2.
I remember it.
Oh, man, I loved it. Double humbuckers, bridge, neck, you can selectable, single coil. Wonderful, right? But older Chemo's going to say, hey, if you're buying a first guitar, make sure it's comfortable and it's going to, probably provide all the styles of music that you like to play. So my recommendation always, you can't go wrong with like nice Stratocaster, a lot of pickups to think about. Wow. But yeah, that's what I look for in a guitar. First time guitar, get something that's comfortable, and if you're not going electric, then get a nice acoustic, learn those chords before you start leading the way and have a good time at it.
That's the best advice. Learn the bass, no matter what guitar you get. Start with the basics. And by looking behind me, you can kind of guess how shallow I am when it comes to guitars. I want the shapes. I want the flash. I love my flying Vs. But let's not fool us. I've got the Les Pauls and I've got the Strats hanging as well because you got to have those traditional old schools to get it going. Very cool, dude. I remember your white guitar. That was so Jakey Lee. More importantly, you could shred like him too, dude.
No, not so much. But my dreams.
Dude, when he left Ozzy, I was there when you got the call.
I know. It was like, I came out like you to come over and fix my burrito. Sure, how about playing guitar? Not a chance, fat boy. Anyway, so.
Oh, that's too funny, man. We got a second question, and it actually came via text from our good friend, Jose Charuca. And how funny, because the album we're looking at tonight it comes from Striper, his favorite band. And he's probably going to be upset that he's not on the podcast with us. But he asks, what is that device called the guitarists put around their neck? What is it and what's it used for? Now, it's called a capo, and we use this to change the key of the guitar or whatever. It's in that open E. If you put the capo on the first fret, it takes it to the F. I don't use it too often unless I'm being lazy and I don't want to tune from E flat to E. Chemo, do you use this much at all?
I do, and especially when I'm playing acoustic guitar, because there's a lot of times you want that open sound up in the key of G or key of A, and you can't get that, just doing it without the capo. So, yeah, it's nice. Or maybe you're dropping down to A flat, whatever, those flat keys, which are, for guitar players, sometimes could be challenging. So you don't have to do that. You can just keep on playing the same patterns that you do normally for a G or a C or a D chord, but you're just moving that up the fretboard. So, yeah, it just makes life easier definitely for guitar players.
Absolutely. And I forgot about making those open chords, making life easier by moving it up and down the neck.
I'm all about life easy. Come on.
Yeah, but that's still just being lazy at the end of the day.
No. It's just being smart. It's guitar smart.
I like that. Guitar smart.
Guitar smart.
TM. We own that now.
That's right. And registration. Ricky Bobby.
I forgot that one. I forgot it. Hey, guys, if you want to ask us questions, hit us on the social pages at VooDoo Chef 13. Drop it in there. Maybe put a little mark in there called music or tracks from when music didn't suck so that we know that's what it's about. And our team will get it over to us so we can keep it here. Most importantly, don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to take a deep dive into Soldiers Under Command from Striper that came out in 1985 when music didn't suck. That's right, man. 1985 when music didn't suck. I don't know what's going on today. There's some good music out there. We're going to talk about a band as we get later that I am all over right now. I am like crazy all over this new band. And, of course, we all know our good boys, Wicked, out there just doing what they do. I am curious, does anybody buy vinyl? I know Mitch said that he still buys vinyl. I recently picked up some new vinyl, my Kiss Alive 2 album, with almost all the inserts still with them. But Alive 2 is what we review in episode 2. So check that out. And if you're reading the text there, our good friend Chu is having some times right now. Everything's all good. He's healthy. He's safe. But, everybody needs a little extra love from time to time. So make sure you guys throw those positive vibes out there in the world for Chu right now. He's our good pal. And he could use it. He's a good dude. All right. Talking about tracks when music didn't suck, I know a lot of you guys out there fall into that same, we'll say, time frame as myself. But if there's an album that you think you'd like us to check out and review on tracks when music didn't suck, by all means, throw it out there. And Mitch, I don't know if you were on earlier when I said you have a link to join at any time, because when I was running through the haste and the waste of getting this up, your picture is the one that was on the marketing piece that went out with this. So, I mean, technically you're the guest tonight. Sorry. But, all right. Tracks when music didn't suck. Like I said, we have 2 episodes right now. The first one is Soldiers Under Command. We just saw part 1, and let's not hesitate. I'm curious, how many of you guys listen to Striper, know who Striper is, or could name me a single Striper song. I know Nick Nack can't. That's why he's like, man, I'm going to go back and hang out with my boy. He tapped out. How many people were born when this album came out in 1985? That's an even funnier question. We got PD checking in on the other side. What's going on, buddy? A lot of people checking in. We got one Wusthoff checking in. A lot of people over there checking in, seeing what's going on. Let us know what you think. What are you thinking of tracks when music didn't suck? What do you think of Striper? We're going to tell you what we think right now. Welcome back. We're talking about Striper's debut full-length album, Soldiers Under Command, that came out in 1985, back when music didn't suck. Kimo, what's your first recollection of Striper and being introduced to their music?
Well, two things. Had a friend, God rest his soul, Vince Marsicano, great guitar player, great brother in the Lord, like that. He was saved way before I ever got saved. And, he had a connection with Striper like I do now, many years later. But he introduced it to, that band to me. And then I always remember the newscasters always saying, these guys are throwing Bibles out at the concerts. And I always just thought, that's the greatest thing, man. I'm like, hey, but yeah, that was my first recollection.
That's cool, man. I didn't know Vince was the one that turned you on. You introduced me to Vince, rock solid dude. I'm sorry that he's gone, man. I was introduced to Striper by my friend Bob, and he called me up and he said, hey, I'm going to go see this concert. Do you want to go? I'm going to a Christian rock show. And I was like, that's interesting. Let's go. And we went and saw them in St. Pete. They opened up for another band. And those Bibles you're talking about, I caught one that very first show.
Nice.
I wish I could tell you this was it. Back in those days, they would buy Bibles and just put their stickers on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it meant something more to one of my friends, so I let him have it. And you and I have been going to see Striper since 1986 together, and we saw them as recent as like a year ago over in Orlando. Mm-hmm. And I told the story to Jose, and shortly after that, Jose brought me one of his Bibles because he has multiple. So very cool. I received a Bible at my first Striper show when I was with Bob, good friend of mine. And then I received it at the last show when I was with my friends. Just great memories, man, all along the way, from the Bayfront Center to Night of Joy to the last time we saw them at the House of Blues. And I really do relate them to my time with you, because when you and I connected and finally got into the musical gimmick and you introduced me to Scott and Jose and Jay, we got together at Scotty's house, and one of the first songs we played together, I should say tried, was Soldiers Under Command. And by try, I definitely mean this guy.
Stop. All of us, man. But,
come on. Maybe we'll take a look at that footage.
Yes, there is footage.
I do have it, and maybe we'll play it, but maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't.
All right, let's jump into this, because we're going to score these things on a few different criteria. First thing, we're going to look at the album art. We're going to look at the outside art, the inside art, the liner notes, the whole package, and we're going to score that. Second thing we're looking for is quality of songs. Is it all killer? How much filler? We'll see. What were the hits? How many releases? How many hit the charts? We'll talk about that. And finally, something very important to me, the track order. There has to be a sensical order to the tracks. Finally, playability. Would you listen to this album again? We'd love to see what you score. Drop your scores in the comments and play along with us. How are we scoring? Real simple. We're going to score each category on a scale from 1 to 6 strings. 1 string representing a hard pass. 2 strings, meh. 3 strings, it's definitely worth the listen. 4 strings, I'd check it out again. 5 strings, a def go-to. 6, it's in my solid rotation. So if you're ready, let's take a look at Striper's debut album, Soldiers Under Command. starting with album art. Chemo, how do you feel about the album art? We were talking about it earlier. Tell me what you think.
You know, it's definitely solid in the fact that the band's on there. I kind of like that. I dig when the band's on there, and they got the vehicle there, and they're dressed in the classic Striper outfit. So love it. All the yellow and black, all the better. You know, it just doesn't have that, you know, a graphic artist appeal. So, you know, I ended up giving it, I believe, 4 strings. So that's what I'm going to go with.
A very strong 4 strings.
Yes.
Now, for myself, when I saw the front cover of the album, to me, I had already seen Striper. I had already had their EP. So when I saw this, for me, it did not hit into my musical genre as much as I would expect. Being more into the flash and the glam, you know, for me, this was a little strong. And I get it, and I get the message they're saying, but it wasn't until I turned the album over and I got to see the back cover when I said, this is the band that I know. So when you look at this, you can see the big hair, you can see the guitars. And, you know, I love that they got the chevrons there going back to the soldiers. The whole thing played into it. And even over the top, even more, something that, for me, very important back in the day, we didn't have Apple Music. If we were listening to an album, we would have to stop it and go back and play it again in order to find out the lyrics. They included the lyric sheet on the album cover, on the inside sleeve, and it also came with the merch paper. And I loved looking at the merch paper. For me, the front cover is what brought it down.
That's why I gave it 4 strings. Let's do a quick recap. For album art, for Soldiers Under Command, I gave it a 4 strings, and Chemo also gave it a 4 strings.
When we come back, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to take a look at the songs, the playability, and find out Striper's total score for their debut album, Soldiers Under Command. Don't go away. We're coming back with more tracks from when music didn't suck. Whiskey lovers know how critical temperature variations are to aging whiskey. Blue Note Bourbon is crafted in Memphis, Tennessee, where it is aged in their warehouses located just east of the Mississippi River. And based on its fruity vanilla flavor with smooth oak finish, the unique microclimate of the region with high humidity and steady temperature adds up to create the perfect place for aging. Head down to the Crossroads and jump into a juke joint and enjoy every bluesy note of the official bourbon of the VooDoo Chef, Blue Note Bourbon. You know, when we take a look back in the day, and so, you know, when we say back in the day, that was a Thursday. Man, the album art, when you've got such that footprint, that land to put things on the album, it just created so much more about the music, in my opinion. It told you a story about what's inside. When we're shopping digital music or on iTunes, we don't really get to see that. And Mitch, I resent you that link, just FYI. So when you look at those album covers, especially like in that Soldiers Under Command, you know, they definitely look like a group of mercenaries with that black and yellow and black van, and then their weapons. And truth be told, that was a turnoff for me. But when you flipped it over, like I said in the video, and you saw the big hair and the guitars, you know, that's what it's about. It's about the music. So, you know, the front picture definitely told a story, but for me, a little too harsh. Says the guy holding up the Kiss album with Gene Simmons spitting blood everywhere. But just part of the puzzle, just part of what it is. You know, people coming in and out of the rooms. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for sticking around and checking out tracks from when music didn't suck, because like I said, we have a blast doing it and sharing our thoughts and stories. And who knows, maybe at the end of this next segment, you might get a flashback to 1986, 87 and see a bunch of fools trying to play Soldiers Under Command themselves. Welcome back to Tracks from When Music Didn't Suck. We already took a look at album art, and I scored it a 4 overall, and Chemo did the same. We had different reasonings, but we both came up to the same conclusion. Now we're going to take a look at quality of songs. We're going to take a look, is it all killer? How much filler? What are the hits? How many did they put out? And most importantly, for me, that track order. Chemo, let's get this thing rolling. If we're looking at the quality of songs, how did you feel about the entire album? What did you think?
Well, first of all, it opens strong, Soldiers Under Command. Favorite, I mean, name of the album. However, if I'm going to give it where the thump is at, I like the way it closes out with the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Strong. In fact, when we were just up in Orlando to see them last year, they opened the show with that.
Oh.
I got goosebumps. You know, I mean, it's a great song.
It makes me emotional.
Oh, come on. You know, I mean, you can't go wrong with a hymn. I mean, and especially the way they rock it out. Fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. And you're right. It kills with Soldiers. Did you say that's your favorite song?
Yes, it's one of my favorite songs, definitely. Soldiers, and then Battle Hymn right there. I mean, they're kind of tied. I like that they started strong, they ended strong. You know, you always remember how you start and how you finish, and Stryper did it right on this album.
And now, I don't know how you listened to this album. I listened to it on vinyl. So when I first got this, I was hard vinyl. And what I absolutely love is it does start strong with Soldiers. And, you know, if I were being honest, I love the guitar riffs. I love the harmonizing guitars because it takes it back to my home, Kiss. And people don't realize they did it with Detroit Rock City, and they did it in a few other songs as well. So for me, that's what hit. But makes me want to sing, probably my number one Stryper song of all time. I absolutely love it. And I can see in my head every time I hear that song, you doing the Oz Fox dance because, dude, you would make me laugh every time we did it.
Yes.
But then they come back with Together Forever, which is, again, just on my end of the thing, a lot more poppy, a lot more bouncy, followed by First Love, which for me is a total drop. Yeah, I understand it. It's a great song, and it kind of just drops. But then, bro, they hit that first side hard with The Rock That Makes Me Roll. And for me, when you look at that song list, the way it plays out on side one, it couldn't get much better for me. So my two favorite songs off the album are on side one, Strong Finish, Strong End. I can live with the other one. And then you flipped it over. Reach Out, my third favorite song off the album. Insane, coming right out of the gate. And, you know, I don't know how you feel, but they're a Christian rock band. I don't usually refer to them as that because for me, it's just positivity. They're doing nothing but selling positivity. And I guess it's one and the same at the end of the day, right?
100%. And like I had said in the beginning, what Stryper meant to me back in 1985, and now you flash forward to it now, two different things. I mean, I listen to their music and their words because it is the gospel, you know, it's the Bible. It hits me in a whole different place now. But back then, you know, it was, you know, hard rock, great message. And yes, you know, when you're growing up, we need to hear some positive things instead of, hey, clean your room. Hey, get to work, get a job. You know, it's nice to actually have some encouragement. And Stryper did that 100%.
You know, I wore blue jeans and a concert shirt almost every day through middle school and probably most time through high school. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what people looked and thought of me, but for me, I was always hearing that message. And you know, to me, it was equally as important to the music. And I would never vocalize that. I would never say that. You probably know that more than anybody.
Of course.
But I just think the entire project is amazing. And this album encapsulates a lot of that and introduces it to a lot of people. Something I thought's real cool on side two, when we get into Waiting for a Love That's Real, it starts out with that heavy church organ. And I can remember the first time I heard this, I was like, all right, guys, this is too much. You pushed it too far.
They pushed the envelope, which they've always done. I mean, come on. That's what I love about Michael Sweet. Sometimes he's sweet in the last name. He's got edge in his songs and his lyrics, and I love that. Keep it there, my brother. Don't stop.
but the organ fades out and they go right back to that heavy drive.
Yes.
Oh my God. Followed by Surrender. I mean, my favorite Striper songs, I would say 4 of the top 5 come off this album. And that's, for me, what makes it. And it's the songs. And to end with the battle hymn, you know, when I first heard it, it's like, what are they doing? But like you say, it is amazing. And what they do and the way they do it, absolutely insane.
Drawing it out, you know, making it big, and just the drums. I mean, that sound and that reverb. I mean, that's rock, man. That's the way it is. There was no digital. No, this was full analog, blasted up to, you know, plus 6 dB and then some. Fantastic.
They went to 11.
11. These amps go to 11.
Dude, they go to 11. Mitch, you're with us. What's up, buddy?
Sorry.
Mitch is watching the show, enjoying it.
Had the hardest time just trying to get on the show today.
Right? I mean, me too. I decided 10 minutes to 8 that we were going live. I wanted to share that information about a taste to remember. So I wanted to get that out there. And I'm working while Trax is playing. But you know, I'm really excited about a taste, and I'm really excited that we're getting to watch Trax when music didn't suck. And you get to be the guest of the show because I was clicking my marketing pieces and I was like, shit, I got to pick one. Boom. And it was your face. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, dude. Like at least 3-4 hours.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, I like the bit with the tracks that didn't suck. I can't wait to see what the next one is.
The next one is Alive 2. Kiss Alive 2. And just so everyone out there, you can log on to the YouTube page and check it out. They're all there. Let's see if we could pull that up real quick while we're between tracks. Man, I just got hungry all of a sudden. That's not good. I'm not supposed to be eating. So
we're not even talking about food right now.
I know, dude, but I don't know what it is. You know, I'm trying hard. Share screen. All right, here we go.
You know how many times I put down M&Ms today? I was in the store 2 different times for 2 different reasons. Reached for the M&Ms and had to put them back.
So funny that I make the comment about M&Ms and you're like, dude, if I buy them, are you really going to eat them? And I said no. But the truth is, I really would have ate them because peanut M&Ms are my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, so
well,
check
I bought
this out.
2. One for you, one for me.
Well, I'm glad you ate them both. Here's the
I didn't eat them. I didn't get them.
Oh, I'm glad. Check it out. Here's the marketing piece where it says Mitch is on the podcast tonight. And this is actually the marketing piece from VooDoo Like We Do when we cook together. So I totally clicked the wrong thing. But we just updated the YouTube screen here. We'd love you guys to go over and subscribe and ring the bell so that you know every time we go live. But when you check this out, all the VooDoo Chef podcasts are here. So you can go back and watch any one VOD, or you can log on to our HSTV and check them out. Here's our other brand new podcast, VooDoo Chef Live. This is where, like Mitch and I got together, we picked a protein, a starch, a veg, and a VooDoo flavor profile. And in 30 minutes, we had to cook a dish. Real fun. I love cooking. I love hanging out. I love chatting and bullshitting with friends. Mitch did a real amazing Asian-inspired dish. And I can't remember what the fuck I made because, man, 30 minutes goes by so fast when you're having fun.
You did that damn risotto.
Oh, that's right, because we were talking shit. Nobody better try risotto. You'd be dumb. So I fucking did risotto.
Went and tried risotto.
Right?
Hey, as long as it wasn't crunchy.
No, it you know, it really, you can do risotto in about 18 to 20 minutes, but you know, you gotta pay attention to it. And when you're cooking the risotto along with 8 other fucking things, on only a cooktop. You know, I didn't have an oven. I didn't have any other tools. I just had a cooktop.
And you were
It's kinda
talking the
tough.
entire time.
Kind of tough. And I did secure an oven, so I can put an oven outside now. I got a little portable oven, so at least now we can add to the tools needed to really have a kitchen. And here's tracks when music didn't suck. You can see me and Chemo right there, and those pictures are circa 1990. So great to reach into the vault and check that out. Me and Big Eddie C are getting ready to do a brand new Let's Get to the Bottom of This. We did me and Reno Katrupi, another buddy of mine that plays bass, we did a test of what this would be like. We did a 90-minute episode. We're going to cut this down to 1 hour in the new version, and we're going to check out some bass forward albums. VooDoo Underground 2023, every episode. VooDoo Underground 2024, every episode. And if you're wondering about VooDoo Underground 2025, it will air in September. It's filmed, it's being edited right now, and that will drop beginning in September. And the final episode will play the week of Thanksgiving. So get ready for that. I got to tell you, it just keeps getting better every year. And then brand new, the VooDoo Chef Baking and Pastry Challenge. You have every episode of season 2024, and season 2025 has already filmed. It is also already being edited, and that will play in winter of 2025. So once we play the finale of the VooDoo Underground 2025, baking and pastry will start immediately and run from November until December. And then we've got all our past live streams. Everybody asked me about Split Image music. You can find it right here. You can go listen to Split Image right on my YouTube page. And then some more stupid bullshit on the page. But what we really want, log over onto that YouTube page, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, ring the bell, do everything you're supposed to do so that you know every time we put up a new video or go live. We would absolutely love that. We don't invest a lot of time in the YouTube page, as you can tell by the 300 followers there compared to our 5,000s over on these sides. We need to get everybody to go over and just click that and bring that up to speed there so we can do some more fun stuff on that side. Mitch, tell me back in the day, we're roughly the same age. Back in the 80s, what was like your number one go-to album?
I dare say it was a combination of Motley Crue's Girls, 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 and Metallica's Justice for All.
Oh, who we're going to see on Friday. And well, I'm seeing them Friday and Sunday. You'll be on a plane to Europe. But, man, both great albums. For me, Motley Crue, I'm more of a Too Fast for Love guy than Girls, Girls, Girls. I like that raw of that original album. And for Metallica, I'm kind of a second two albums. I like Ride the Lightning and I like Master of Puppets. Creeping Death is probably my favorite song, followed by Master of Puppets.
I think I got into Metallica with Justice for All, and that's why I spent more time with it. But I love Master of Puppets. Black does a lot. There's very few songs they've ever done that I don't like. Actually, there probably isn't any. I really like the one they did with the orchestra. For some reason, that's just that whole thing was just amazing.
Well, if they hold true to form, Spider's jumping in with Metallica and Justice for All as well as Guns N' Roses. He's into ZZ, Pasco Boat Tops, ZZ Top. Is that supposed to say Pablo Cruz? Are you into yacht rock, buddy? Spider's so not into yacht rock. When we, if we're lucky, if they hold true to form, they'll be opening with Creeping Death and going right into For Whom the Bell Tolls. And I'm going to tell you, I might look at my kid and go, all right, we can go now. Because, I mean, do you really need much more than that?
Oh,
The
hell
truth
yeah.
is-
I only get one night. I want everything.
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get to hear Sandman. That's their closer. And I know you wanted to hear that. That's closer on night 2.
You already have a playlist?
If you go to setlist.com, you can look at it, and it's pretty consistent with their tour. They change up a few things here and there.
Damn.
But just go to setlist.com and you'll see it. Now, they do close on night 1, maybe with Master of Puppets, which will just destroy the whole building. But it's just going to be a great show overall.
Absolutely.
All right, let's wrap up this Tracks When Music Didn't Suck. And I think we still have yet to see that 1986 footage of some idiots trying to play soldiers. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it at the end of this clip. All right, so we got to score this on a 1 to 6, Poppy. Where did you come in on the songs of the album?
5 strings, man. Solid 5.
Chemo came in with the 5 strings. If you couldn't tell by my talk, I came in with a hard 6 on this.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is all killer, no filler. It's amazing, and if you get a chance to hear it on vinyl, it comes in strong, finishes in strong, and then you got to take that time to flip it over, and it does the exact same thing. It almost, oh man, I got to tell you, I know what I'm listening to tonight, Chemo. I absolutely know. I listen to music every night before I go to bed, and this is going to be on my list tonight. Let's take it. Let's bring it home, dude. The final category is playability. And with playability, real simple. Would you play this again? Would you listen to it again? How does it fall? What did you score playability on this record?
Yes, I would absolutely play it again. Yeah. It's in my playlist. A hard 6 all the way.
Same for me, a hard 6. I already told you 4 of my favorite songs from Stryper in here. All 4 of those songs are on the greatest hits, which is what I listen to. We've got our total scores. If we total these out, Chemo, let's see where we end. We've got me coming in with a total of 16, you with a total of 15, which takes the grand total to 31. Soldiers Under Command, Stryper's first release, coming in at a hard 31. That's a great score. And most importantly, it's a great album. Came out in 1985 from when music didn't suck. Man, I don't know where that clip is. I could have swore there's a clip of us playing Soldiers Under Command. Maybe I cut it out.
You have it buried somewhere, I'm sure.
I don't know why I would have cut it out. Maybe, I mean, if I would have cut it out, it would have only been about timing. Maybe I needed to make the videos smaller so they'd upload. I don't know.
Well, maybe you should redo it, you know.
Well,
try and do it again now.
I'm actually looking for it right now because, you know, I feel bad that I kind of said you might see it and then it's nowhere to be found. So, but I'm way back at videos of us at VooDoo Underground 2025. Now I'm at Baking and Pastry 2025. So I don't know how far I'd have to go to find that. I don't even remember
like
when we
30 years.
That was good. No, we filmed. I found it. We had to pull the video off of a DVD in order to get it digital. So I actually just did a screenshot of it. But all right, it's downloading from the way. Here we go. All right. I'm going to have to upload it because if I don't upload it, you won't hear the sound. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to watch the final episode, the final segment of Tracks. And while you're looking at that, I'm going to upload the video so you can see us making total fools out of ourselves. Well, I'm going to tell you, back then we were like, God damn, we're fucking killing it, man. We're the shit. We so weren't the shit. Here's the last segment, and then we'll show you the video. Here you go. Welcome back to Tracks from When Music Didn't Suck. This week we looked at Stryper's Soldiers Under Command. Kimo and I scored this album. On album art, we gave it an 8. Songs, we gave it an 11. Playability, we gave it a solid 12. Bringing Stryper in at a 31 string overall score. Not too shabby. Kimo, final thoughts on Stryper.
You got music with a message, the gospel message. You couldn't ask for better rock and roll all the way. Wow!
Right? I mean, just absolutely amazing. And we talk about Tracks when music didn't suck, but let's not forget there's some great artists coming out these days. And I recently sent a track to Kimo from a band called Red VooDoo. My favorite song, Style. They're a hybrid of all California bands put together. You can hear all of them. Most prominent in my mind, Sammy Hagar, who I absolutely love. And when you check them out, I think you'll hear it in the guitar. You'll hear it in the bass. Most importantly, you're going to hear it in that song composition and those vocals. My goodness, the vocals. Amazing lead vocals, followed up with those backgrounds. You got to have it all. If you get a chance to check out Red VooDoo, check them out. Kimo, what did you think about Red VooDoo?
First of all, Rise Up. That song has a little Tesla vibe to it. To me, this band checks all the boxes of any type of rock and roll you like. You know, if you like your guitars a little heavy, great. If you like a little pop rock sound in there, you've got that because their harmony vocals, again, cover the dynamic. It's great. And the lead vocalist, he's got that high range, but he's got some rasp in there. So you got to like it.
Dude, I can't believe you didn't comment more on the guitar player. You can hear Eddie. You can hear Nuno. You can hear Vito. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely insane. You def got to check them out. Hey, guys, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check back in next week. We're going to be taking a look at the Kiss classic Alive 2 from 1977.
All I'm saying is flames, drums, loud guitars, harmony guitars, like Eric said before. Kiss Alive 2.
From When Music Didn't Suck. Tracks when music didn't suck. And I got to tell you, Stryper's still to this day one of my all-time favorite bands.
Do they still tour?
Yeah, we saw them less than a year ago. We went over to the House of Blues, and, you know, it's not like me to take time off. I actually took time off in order to go to the show. We rented, we didn't rent. I've got a timeshare over in Orlando. And so we went over and hit up my timeshare. Yeah, it's at Disney. And we, all the guys got together. We went over, checked it out, and we just had a nice time. And then we stayed at Downtown Disney well after it closed, closing out the night, just doing what we do, enjoying cigars and drinking bourbon. And I had no idea Disney was a smoke-free property. So they weren't too happy with us smoking cigars out there. Right. And then as we were sitting there, the band came out and they were leaving, walking out. So, we got to hang out and say hello to the guys. And, Chew has done that many a time. Myself, I have not done that many a time, but I have met the guys a couple times before. So it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice to see them and get to say howdy do and tell them we appreciate them for their music. And they definitely are super, super nice guys. And it's real. I mean, I really do have the Bible from the concert that Jose got and gave to me, because at my first concert, I got one of the Bibles they threw, but it meant more to a buddy of mine than it did to me. And so I gave it to them. So just very cool experience. And when you have experiences like those, that's what it's about. It's about what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and enjoying life, right?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Laura, she was saying, they're going to be in town all weekend. What are the chances we might run into them? I said, well, I guess it really depends on where we try and go hang out on Saturday and see if we can find them. Metallica.
So I don't know where they're staying. I know a lot of people stay at the Epicurean Hotel because it is that boutique hotel and it is that private experience, and they do take care of their guests and the anonymity of the guest. But I do know Kirk Hammett is at the Hard Rock on Saturday, so he could be staying at the Hard Rock. I don't know. I'm thinking about going to his event on Saturday as well.
That's the one, the guitar clinic or something like that.
Yeah, he gets up and he's going to talk about his guitars and why he has them, how he has them, and just do a conversation with Kirk Hammett. And I don't do many spoken word events. Not generally my thing. The last one I went to was Anthony Bourdain and Eric Repair, if that tells you anything. But that was an amazing event, needless to say. But I think this would be a very interesting event because of my love of music.
No, yeah, absolutely. You sure it's not sold out?
No, it's not. And tickets are only $35.
Well, that's not bad.
That's amazing, especially if he's going to doodle on his guitar and play. I don't know if you've been to the venue at the Hard Rock. It is very intimate. Mm-hmm. It is very small. It's an amazing venue. It's one of my favorites. All right, Mitch, as promised, here you go. You ready?
Let's go.
All right, so circa 1986, that was Chemo with his back to us. If you are part of the VooDoo crew, the gentleman that came in at the end and grabbed the glass of water to get ready to start singing, that's our good pal, Jose Charuca. You know him as Chew. On drums, many of you probably have met my pal Scotty. And playing bass that night was our good friend Jason, who's no longer with us. So that night, Jason and I actually switched. I started playing bass. Our very first night playing together I switched and started playing bass, and he started playing guitar, and our band was formed. And got to give a big shout out to JW Dow checking in. JW Dow, check your email. Yes, I know I owe you photos. They will be posted before midnight tonight. I promise. I have 4 more minutes on this freaking podcast, and then I will post your photos for you. Actually, I'm probably just going to send them to you direct, so you leave me alone. And of course, that's DJW Doll. Make sure you check her out on all social media. Just
I love you, Jada.
amazing chef. Check her out at Noble Rice. Jump over there, and tell her VooDoo sent you. Maybe she'll charge you double. I don't know.
You'll get the worst seat in the house.
No, what you got to do is when you go there, just go sit at the bar. Don't sit at. You can order everything off the menu. You can order it at the bar, and I mean, who doesn't want to sit at the bar? I know I do. I don't want to sit at some stuffy table and all that nonsense. So
I still haven't been in there. I need to go sometime.
I told Jada, is there anything that I can do for you? What do you need? And I said, and before you answer that, I'm sorry I haven't been in yet. I've known Jada for almost 10 years now, and I haven't been to a single one of her pop-ups or restaurants, and I really do feel bad about it. My kid has been to her place, and she throws it in my face all the time. Your daughter's come. And she goes, that's what you can do for me. You can come to the restaurant and eat. And that's going to be something that happens very soon, Jada. I do think you're a rock star. Proud of all your success and love that you still support and continue to come give back. That's most important.
You haven't even done one of her pop-ups?
No.
I've done one of her pop-ups, and then she did that private in-home cooking thing that one couple of bashes ago.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing. Just the creativity and the attention to detail that she puts into everything it's awesome.
I'm very much a creature of habit. And when I go to eat, I don't want to work. And not that going to where Jada is would be work, but it would be work because we would talk about old times. We'd talk about this. We'd talk about that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just want to go chill. I go to Buffalo Wild Wings where I know everybody. But Jada, I'm coming. Mitch, it's already that time, bro. We got to kick it.
Already?
Already. Peace and love to everybody out there, though.
Yes.
I'll see you in the morning, Mitch. Peace and love, peeps.
Yeah. See you, Bob.